Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back
To another episode of Too Many Topics Podcast. We took a little hiatus, I guess you would call it, right? For a couple of days.
But we were making a ton of content, and we both have things going on, so
it's necessary sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be back in here, but I appreciate it.
It really is.
We are going to talk a little bit today about wedding season. We're going to talk a little, and when I say a little, I mean really a little, about the Yankees. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the pop culture world. Kanye running wild again. And I don't know, maybe we'll touch on some crazy stories in crypto.
Oh, yeah, let's get at it.
All right, man, let's get at it.
Real estate, music, tech, pop culture, sneakers, NFTs, comedy, whiskey, tequila. Woo! It's the Too Many Topics Podcast, an absurd and hilarious take on, well, a lot of things. Here are your hosts, Scott and Tommy.
It's only right that we actually start with the Yankees, and let's introduce the big horse in the room.
Yeah, come on. Don't forget about me.
He's
I'm
sitting
here.
there on his hands like I thought I was...
I got here on the Staten Island Expressway nice and early. I wanted to be a part of the show.
Give yourself an introduction, and I could do it because I've known you 100 years.
I thought it was your job.
So
Scotty, one of you guys.
Kind of is your job,
Some
right?
people call him
And if he wasn't from the 06, I
Moose.
would do it.
Some people...
Don't give him that. Don't give him that now.
But you got DJ Anthony Mace in the building.
Yep.
Yep.
On the podcast. We got him down here.
Right.
Finally.
The first guest we had to pay with roast beef sandwiches and the bridge and the tolls.
I guess my agent didn't tell you I accept payment of roast beef as well. Oh, man. Oh, no, it's good to see you guys. Tom's my guy forever. So
I'm glad it's roast beef because that's about what we
can
afford.
Yeah, turkey's out.
Right, no Katz's Deli then. We can't get a $25 sandwich in here.
No pastrami.
No
imported meats, bro.
No. All right.
Anything that ends in a vowel, we cannot afford right now.
Not if it's new.
Old pastrami.
Yes. No, I'm happy to be here. Let's talk some topics today.
And let's start off with last night's Yankee game, bro.
I'm about to come on your side, Scotty. You heard the whole... I'm not even going to lie to you. I fell asleep before the game even ended.
So did the Yankees.
Yeah, I know. So
did the Yankees.
I was done. I knew they were done, and I was done. I went to bed. I'm not even going to lie to you. Sorry.
Yeah, I probably lasted maybe the 7th. I think they were down by 2 or 3.
Well, we were at a birthday party, so they put it on, and as soon as we
sun
left,
will come
the kid hit the home run.
tomorrow.
That's it, and that's today.
But tomorrow, tomorrow's a long time away. But when I got home, it was 1-1, so I don't know what happened in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it just got worse. It just got worse.
Yeah.
The bullpen, they got lit up in the bullpen.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The bullpen? The bullpen?
The bullpen got lit up.
Listen,
last night. And,
tonight's another day.
No excuses, but they played 4 games in a row, 3 different cities, not a day off.
Listen, me and Scotty were talking about the other day.
Did they get paid to do that? Or did
Yeah, but again, it takes a toll on anybody's body, bro. Me traveling without playing baseball, I need a day's rest.
Well, and I get, and I can understand where you make that correlation because you also are a fine-tuned machine.
Yeah.
From an athletic perspective.
Speaking of fine-tuned, who has better food? Shea Stadium or Yankee Stadium? It's not even called Shea Stadium anymore,
That's
right?
why I would say Shea Stadium definitely
Shea.
doesn't have better food.
This Met Stadium or Yankee Stadium? Who's got the better digs over there?
I've only been to Citi Field twice.
Yes.
Once was a rave, not a rave, but a festival.
Jesus
so
Christ,
the
Tom.
food was not being eaten. And the second time I was in a box, and all I got was hot dogs and hamburgers, like food in.
Well, were they hot dogs better than Yankee Stadium's hot dogs?
No,
it wasn't,
nothing
right? All right, end the story. That's
First
it.
of all,
But I
does
hear
it really
they have
matter how good a fucking hot dog is?
No,
it takes 30 minutes off your life.
Yeah, immediately. The last bite, you fucking die.
No, I'm a Lobel's guy on the first floor. I told you, I go right for the steak sandwich, $14.95.
What does Citi Field have?
I don't know. I've never
Shake
been there.
Shack.
Let's go Yankees.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Oh wow, Shake Shack.
Come on, man. You guys are sleeping in the Queens. You guys are sleeping on Queens.
Wow.
We talked about this yesterday, me and Anthony. We were saying about bringing kids to a game. And I just felt like bringing a kid to a Yankee Stadium is like bringing a kid to a museum. That's not fun for my 8-year-old son.
For Yankee Stadium.
But when I go to Queens, they got a wiffle ball field, they got batting cages, they got speed thing on how fast you could throw the ball.
Their stands, their fans aren't watching the game,
Well,
so let's give them something
what
to
it
do.
is. It's a family fun center because there's not much baseball going on.
It's a family fun center.
These tickets are given out at bingo games and such. The neighborhoods are all coming in there for free.
That's it.
No,
That's
listen.
it.
They need some entertainment
But they got
in Queens.
Mama Rose's. I don't know if they sell Mama Rosario. They made a nice fresh mozzarella, chicken cutlet, roasted.
Now you're
sandwich.
talking.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I wanted yesterday was a chicken palm.
You went over to the Italian joint.
Yeah.
You didn't get one?
No, we got good chicken. But I'll tell you one thing: the pork there was unreal.
It was good?
Yeah, bro. With hot cherry peppers. I love hot cherry
peppers.
peppers. My stomach doesn't agree, but I love them.
How you feeling this morning about that?
No, yeah, they actually kept me sober. You eat a couple of those things, you can't get drunk.
I'd like to eat a couple of different things now that I'm coming to Staten Island. I got a couple of spots from 20 years ago. I got to see if they're still around. And
Is that what you're doing today while you're on the island?
I'm here to eat. I'm here to eat.
You're here to eat.
Well, we got food.
Well,
got
some
food here.
pizzerias are closed,
Well, but we still have 107 others that are open.
107.
but only 2 steakhouses.
Yeah, well, if you consider one of them a steakhouse, I just
Well-
think they threw steakhouse on it and they called them a steakhouse.
What it was the
That-
Chinese?
No, the place on Richmond Road, Bocce or whatever. That's not a steakhouse.
Oh, that's what they considered
Yeah.
a steakhouse.
Yeah, they call it a steakhouse. I don't think there's really any true steakhouses anymore.
No,
You had West Shore Inn forever. Are they still around?
West
Are they
Shore
still-
Inn's still open.
You know, they
I
always
think
had,
so. Yeah,
they always
yeah,
had a good.
definitely. Ruddy's and Dean's.
I don't know right now. Is eating the best thing for you right now? Don't you got a big event coming up in the next couple of months?
A wedding season.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just found out wedding season's over, so my wedding is outside of the season.
Are you going to be able to fit in your dress with all these hot dogs? that you're
No,
eating?
that's the thing. So I made sure.
lot of glizzies being eaten, Tom.
Oh, God. Of course. I made sure that Taylor left a few inches of room.
You
there.
have to.
Yeah.
Have to. Smart.
You'll be busting out of that thing.
Almost like you got married once before.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember the old cartoon with the thing just flew up, all the buttons and everything? You don't want that.
That's going to
No.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, they shoot out. Yeah.
That usually happens every night time it goes out around 10:30.
Yeah, that literally happened to me before. So no, I don't want that happening, especially for the price I paid for it. But it's going to be beautiful. But the reason why we're bringing this up is we did our bachelor party. I had my bachelor party out in Arizona, and we came back, and my wife had a bachelor party somewhere in Florida, and the women nowadays, they do a GoFundMe or some type of...
Like panhandling.
Yeah. Pay for my drinks while you're not here.
Panhandling. I like that.
I send you a Venmo code, right? And you get to pay for all the drinks while you're not here.
Yeah, that's just absurd. I don't understand it.
Absurd. And again, it's our fault for us not doing it, right? I don't know why it's not a trend for the guys.
Because no one wants to send us money. I don't know.
Yeah. Nobody's sending us anything.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. There's so many new little things that are going on that I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting too old. I can't wrap my head around it.
That's what it is.
That's one of them. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, you're on a party. First of all, when we were kids, we didn't want anyone to know where the fuck we were.
Yeah.
I'm not sending out a
Right.
blast email saying, hey,
Right.
look
Also,
at
we
me,
didn't
I'm
have
here.
that technology to do it, so it
that was a good thing.
goes both ways.
That was
Yeah,
a
of
good-
course.
That was a good thing. I just can't wrap my head around somebody saying, you know what? Let's try to panhandle money from other strangers, and hopefully they'll like what we're doing.
Listen,
and,
tell everybody to buy us drinks,
Yeah, that's just nuts. How about
but not for nothing.
I got a novel idea. How about saving your own fucking money
Yeah,
and going on
but-
vacation?
How much you get?
A few $1,000s.
Get the
yeah,
great question,
It,
Anthony.
I think it paid for the trip, right? And bought us a toaster.
I got to
Listen,
strap a
I'm-
wig and a pair of tits on
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Anthony,
yeah.
my
I tip
wife,
you.
My wife is still getting residual checks from that. thing.
Residual
Yeah,
check.
They get like a monthly dividend.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal.
Wow.
PayPal.
Yeah.
No,
phenomenal, yeah.
PayPal's stealing everybody's information.
Yeah, but I think that's that. And the other thing that I just have a little bit of a problem with, and I know it's big today, and I don't want to take away from any of the ladies.
The new
out there,
trends.
the new trend of me giving a fuck of what type of baby you're having.
Ah,
No, that's
How about the fact that I'm happy that you're having a healthy baby, and I'm happy that you're growing your family. I don't need you to shoot some sort of cannon off in the middle of the fucking night.
arrows.
I'm
baseball.
not gonna lie to you. I'm looking for the end of the video once it gets revealed, and the look of disappointment when it's a girl.
It's
when
always
when the guy's standing there dreaming of a little league squad, and he's gonna be doing pigtails and Barbie dolls.
and that's more than not.
That's
exactly what he's saying.
It really is, because these videos all end in disaster.
Right. The woman screaming at him, "What's your problem?
Yeah, when
This
we-
is
Why are you
beautiful.
happy?
Why are you?
Yeah.
This is a blessing."
They zoom into his face. But there was some extreme ones.
They get more and more creative.
Yeah, a Louisiana couple involved an alligator and made the alligator chew on a watermelon, bite into a watermelon that
Right.
was filled with blue slime.
Because that's what we all need to do.
You're putting an alligator next to your family. You're sticking your hands in there to drop the watermelon into its mouth. But
Right, but I'm
besides
assuming
that,
that's a southern couple.
yeah,
that did
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
Louisiana. Then you had this other couple. They tried I guess the kid was into cars, and he put lighter fluid on his tires.
Spot.
Yeah, and to
Spin
bring
'em
up
up.
the smoke. Yeah, bring up the smoke,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the smoke was either blue or red. Well, his car went on fire.
Right.
It's
It's that time of the season.
They just get worse and worse.
Yeah.
I remember when the first video came out, the girl had the balloon. Her daughter,
Right. What, a little pop. Something.
yeah,
What?
and she let the balloon go, so they never figured out. They never had a kid.
How about if it's the
Oh,
same
right,
way,
right, right, right,
How about
right.
the guy chasing after the balloon, tripping over
The fence, yeah.
and blasting
Does
his face?
does that mean they never found out?
No. It means they did it like normal people and had the baby and were just so happy.
And how about the people in the hospital? They're probably like taking bets, right, on the person that comes in and says, "Oh no, we don't know what it is yet," and they put them in the psychiatric ward.
Right.
Yeah,
All right,
lunatic.
you're in 1L.
Yeah, for the loonies. What about the first baker who got the card and said, "Here, you have to bake the inside of this cake blue."
Right. Right.
And stick this in there.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's a new day.
I'll be honest with you. I have to disclose that I did do it. It was 15 years ago.
Ah.
We did it a little different. We just had the family over, and I think we had a cake, and we cut the cake, and inside the cake.
So
was
they were
whatever.
doing this 15 years ago?
We did it 15 years ago. Not 15. My daughter's 10. If I did it 15
Okay,
years ago.
10 years ago,
would've been with
even
another
10 years
thing.
ago. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
It was new. It was new back
definitely
then.
wasn't a big thing.
So the second time when I had my second child, I said I'm not doing that again. It's embarrassing, and it's embarrassing for one reason. To Anthony's point, everybody saw the look of horror on my face when I found out that I was having a girl. Okay? And it
I
kinda
love it.
Took away from the moment for my wife more than anything.
I love
my
it.
family more than anything.
I look for that.
Why is Scott drinking
I'm
already?
sorry. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Why is he obliviated?
Oh, look, he's crying.
Right,
He's
right.
joy, tears
He
of
looks
happiness.
miserable.
Where'd the bleach go?
But
you
a
could be
funny
so
story,
happy.
the second, when I had Chase, I said, this time we're going to go. You're going to go to the doctor. They're going to give you a note. Maybe we'll go to dinner together. We'll do it together. We'll sit down and we'll enjoy it as a family. So we just bought the house. I'm painting Chase's bedroom. She comes in. I'm filthy. She's like crying. I'm like, what's the matter? And she has the envelope in her hand. I'm like, you motherfucker cheated? You looked already? She goes, no. I think it's a girl. Blah, 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 blah. Why you think it's a girl? My psychotic wife, when she tells the lady that she has to put it on a thing, the lady typed it out. And she heard 4 keys click.
Ah.
So whatever. It's a girl. And she followed it to the end. And she was
She
like,
knows Morse code or
Yeah.
the
So
clicking of the keyboard.
certain wives should be FBI agents,
No,
and it's
they
quite
all should be,
clear
yeah.
if you hear something like that.
Well, she was wrong.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. There was a point of me and said, "This is your time to run. This is the time to get out of this
And
place."
she's listening to keys.
I
Right,
don't-
actually, you're right. She was wrong.
Yeah,
she was wrong.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
So we open it up, and it said, "It's a boy!" Exclamation point.
Ah, there's the fourth.
You got to go back to the hospital, break that lady's fingers.
Yeah.
But I think she
ruined.
You
my
sent out
life.
the wrong information.
I think she knew that lady. I think she knew this little ain't
Right.
getting me.
Right.
Now everybody's just
Yeah.
now they're just typing it away in there.
You want to look over my shoulder? Okay.
It's a boy.
Right.
So yeah, that was my gender reveal. But now,
Anthony, did you do any gender reveals?
No. No.
0.
No.
but I do got a question for both of you guys because you seem like you're a hell of a lot smarter than I am. What do we do now with all the other genders?
No, yeah.
Other genders.
Do we-
What
do-
the hell is going on
never,
here?
Yeah,
Like,
I've never
Is
seen
purple?
it. So
Like purple is one now. I guess
Wow.
lavender. Maybe lavender.
I don't think so.
Orange?
So I think now it closes the case that there's only 2 genders because I've only seen pink and blue
There you go.
gender reveals.
There you go. That's just like debunked all the
Everything.
shit that's
That's
going
it.
on in
It's
the world
over.
today.
It's over.
Why didn't they just go to the gender reveal people and ask? Would have the answer.
We might have to Google this. We might be spreading false information out there.
Right.
There could be green cakes.
The other colors are not my jurisdiction. I'm going to stick just with the pink and the blue or whatever.
Nice and easy,
That's
right?
Just it. That's
Just
it
keep
for
it
now.
simple.
For now. Once
Yeah.
I got to pull out a dinosaur or something, we'll
figure out what
you
color.
know, some other object or whatever it is. We'll talk about it then.
We'll figure that
You know what I mean?
color up
It's
at
going to be
that.
some object or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's great. That goes right after the wedding season.
Oh, man.
Is the gender reveals.
But now we have this gentleman here. I need to exploit. I need to talk to him about stuff that he's done in his past because
Who?
this guy, he's been all around the world.
Oh, this one,
Yeah.
he travels.
Yeah.
Big,
So talk
big
a little-
superstar DJ.
Yeah, talk about
no.
a little bit about
exactly.
how you got Funkmaster Flex started.
Yeah, shit. Flex. I wish I was funk on that level. Wow, I've been DJing for 25 years. Being with these 2 gentlemen here, the 2 of the smartest, sharpest guys that I know. So I wanted to come down and try to get a part of what their culture is. And as I'm learning from them, I get to tell them a little about also what I do and what I've done, and then like I get the opportunity right now to just say like it's been a great 25 years of playing music that I love. I've
What is the genre of music that you're into?
That's the thing. It's like it's so crazy because it's like for 20 years straight I did what everybody else wanted me to do, even though my heart was ticking a different direction. But
Got to get that paper.
Got to get the paper. But yeah, being from Staten Island, New York, I learned every lesson that I could have ever needed for entertainment. I learned how to have thick skin in front of a tough audience. I learned really, truly what people love and what they want, and learning that energy transfers. And when you give it, sometimes you get it back, and it's the most beautiful feeling ever. So that's it. And on the journey of 25 years, I've done all professional stuff, weddings, and any type of entertainment gig.
You are an entertainer at heart because I've seen you on stage doing stand-up comedy. I've seen you on the intro of Saturday Night Live. I've seen you in shows and movies. You have an acting background.
Yeah.
Again, the DJ part of it is just one part of you, and it's this hip hop.
It's the biggest. It's the biggest. But then I like to do other stuff.
You don't.
How long
too.
have you been managing him, Tom?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't.
I need to get him.
He
I need to
doesn't
get him
name
going.
drop, but
No, I don't name drop, and I never will.
He's
never will.
been to Europe multiple times.
Except for Sean Price, I always name drop my brother Sean Price. Rest in peace, always.
Rest in peace.
He gave me some invaluable stuff, like just
Fucking Anthony.
fucking Anthony. He gave me a different name that people around the world know me as. But yeah, I just got to just live my dreams out by doing the stuff that meant the most to me, and not listening to anyone else say
you
whether
definitely-
things were possible or not.
You definitely took your own lane, and you're still on that, which I give up to and praise to. Besides what you're doing, every day as a father, but and your hustle is still there. You've literally took your dreams and went with it. acting.
Made them a reality.
Yeah, yeah. No matter what it was.
Let me ask you a question, Ant, before Tommy monopolizes the entire show.
Yeah. If anybody wants to book Anthony, you call me directly. 718-510-2606.
Most people and least people you ever played in front of?
I love playing in front of both the same exact way.
No, what was the amount?
If there's right, I'm going to answer it. Thank you, Tom. If there's 5 people there, which I just DJ'd for 5 people a month ago in Queens in a restaurant, okay? I've been in front of 40,000 people in the middle of Switzerland and Germany, and I've done festivals that I think honestly, I'm not going to lie. Listen, whatever. I ain't Superman, but I think an average guy would shit his pants when I tell you that when the 40,000, when the night of the 40,000, when the curtains opened up, I was on a mobile stage that they wheeled me in. So I got wheeled. I had all my stuff set up. I set up the turntable, set up everything, had the music ready. They wheeled the mobile stage to a curtain. All I heard was like a calm, like a voice,
like
voices,
a murmur,
Yeah, like
murmur. That's thank you. I didn't do well in school. I didn't know that word, murmur.
I thought it was a club.
Right. So, and then the curtain opened up, and I saw 40,000 people staring at me. And then you learn that, truthfully, 5 or 40,000 is the same. 5 or 40,000 people is truly the same to me.
Unless they're throwing rocks at you.
Yeah, right. Then you're in trouble.
That's a different group.
Right. You don't want to DJ for that group. But they weren't throwing rocks, and that's it. And then, the way you want to affect 5, you affect 40,000. It's a little louder.
And what's your favorite show you ever played?
Favorite show?
Like the best time you ever had. Doesn't have to be your favorite, but the one time you stepped off
Good
the stage
question.
and you said, "Yeah, this shit is."
Your manager will let you answer that.
Is lit right now.
Probably shit. I'm a big fan of the movie Belly. So if anybody out there knows the movie Belly,
What?
you know that AZ's in that movie. And one night I formerly used to DJ for the legend Cool G Rap, and we did a show that AZ was backstage, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who else, but AZ I remember specifically. It could have been Rakim. Rakim was either that night or the next night, but it was a mix of that. Those 2 nights, but specifically because I love the movie Belly. And when I walked off stage and I walked to the back, and I was just like, I was sweaty, I was just cleaning myself off. And when I went like this to the towel, I look, AZ was walking towards me. And he's like, "Yo, man, I just want to tell you, I really like your shit. You killed it up there. Everybody gave me pound props." I was like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Yo, I like that." I'm the type of guy that I'm very proud to make the 17-year-old Mace extremely, like, I'm happy that I'm making him happy. You know what I mean? Because he lives right here.
That's
so
great.
Every time something like that happens, the 17-year-old Mace that didn't know how he was going to get to any fucking thing there was to do, it's like, you know what I mean? The Mario, when it ding, 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 like, it just goes off like that.
Yeah, that's what's
You know what I mean? Like the coins popping out the top. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think that's when people say it's not the destination, it's the journey.
But
So
let's cut all this shit off about me. I'm happy to be here. I'm enjoying being a part of. Again, these guys do phenomenal business here on Staten Island. No matter what I'm doing in the entertainment world, acting and comedy and DJ stuff, I want to make this a real part of my existence and my life too. Tom made an excellent point that my real name, which I don't need to say right now, but as compared to my stage name on the internet is recognized for those things that we spoke about: stand-up comedy, the acting, some a little bit, but mostly the DJ stuff. But my government name is not, and we looked, and there's no trace of me being here.
You don't exist.
So I don't exist. So I would like to start my existence in the world with these 2 guys right here and start a really excellent new chapter in my life and my experience.
Yeah, that's going to be easy for us. You're an easy guy to talk to.
Yeah.
You care about people, which is the most important
I
thing.
try, man. I try.
I know a lot of our listeners don't know, but me and Tommy, obviously, in the real estate industry, Anthony is now joining us to get involved in the industry, and anyone can tell you that successful in this business, the first thing you have to do is care. You know, you're dealing with people at their sometimes the best times in their life, sometimes the worst times in their life. But most importantly, you're dealing with people that I believe is the single most monetarily highest priced item that they're buying.
Of course.
Right? Some things that I own you can't buy. Most valuable things I own you can't buy. But houses you can. And it's a very...
Your Scotch collection? What are we
you
talking
could buy
here?
that, but I have children that I don't think you could buy. I don't think you would want.
I want to taste some expensive scotch. That'd be nice.
We were gonna,
It's 9:30 in the morning.
I'm ready to go. Don't tell me what time it is, Tom.
I got to watch.
I know exactly what time it is.
It's expensive.
Bring the scotch in, man.
It's expensive Scotch time.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
But not to get away from that pop culture stuff, because I think that's a big part of what we do here as well. How do you feel about what's going on outside the world? I know you have a specific type of music that you enjoy playing, even though you can play, you know, the big band stuff and the shit that my grandparents would love.
I could rock a 2-year-old all the way to a 100-year-old right now.
8 to 80.
Whatever
8
you
to
need.
80.
Whatever you need. And that fact has been proven over and over and over again. I don't need to toot my own bell, but for one time on this show, I will say yes. From 2 to 100, any party, anywhere, anytime. But my true love has always been hip-hop.
And you know what? I admire that, because my next question is going to be a little sharp, but I think you get it. You saw friends of you, maybe not friends, but acquaintances, people that are in the industry with you, find that they can't make that money in that avenue, right? So they shift. They go to the 3-lane highway, because I can go over there. Maybe it's not what I love. It's a little jazzy. It's a little poppy, and they make the money. How come you never switched over?
Well, truth be told, it's been a rough 20 years, because I have been a slave to the rhythm. I have been a slave to playing Pitbull and Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars and, you know, and playing, you know, the best of 70s disco for some young ladies who just absolutely adore that genre of music.
And there's a couple of guys out there that enjoy
Yeah, there's a couple of guys, and I've seen them fly by dancing too as well. But you know what I mean? They give me a little John Travolta down the, you know.
Yeah. There's a couple older guys in the room. Relax.
All right. I know you like your disco. You like ABBA? ABBA. Turn on the light. Anyway, listen. I've been a slave to the rhythm since the day I started. I've loved to entertain throughout my career, but I hated that it wasn't what I loved. I did it for the money. I always did it for the money. And after 20 years, see, this is the truth. In 2011, I met somebody that heard me play, and he was like, "You're insane." And then he goes, "Do you know who Sean Price is? Do you know who this one is? Do you know what?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm not familiar with that. I'm more of a classic 90s commercialized style hip-hop." And he put me on. He was like, "Listen."
You're like Puffy.
Yeah, like, yeah. Can't nobody hold me down. No. And then I'm going into Arrested Development. You know what I mean? So, like, now all of a sudden I'm being introduced to the MF Dooms and the Rock Marcianos and the Cars and the Sean Prices and the Ransoms and I said,
are those people?
Yeah, those
they
are all,
actually are.
Those are all
I know.
underground
The last word I said was ransom. I'm not sticking anyone up.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's a beautiful rapper from New Jersey.
He's just naming verbs.
Right.
He's just random words.
No.
This guy
Someone out there of your listeners is going to say, "Oh, I know that guy." Maybe one of them.
Yeah.
One.
But they listen.
We only have 4.
Yeah, so 1 out of 4 is...
Rest in peace, Sean Price. Rest in peace, MF Doom. Spell his name all caps. All right, listen. The deal is that in 2011, it changed my whole perspective. I'm like, wow, there's a whole side of this hip-hop thing that I'm not even correct with. And then all of a sudden, it was like, you know what? It was an obsession almost to say, hey, I'm missing a whole piece of the pie. Like, it's like having a puzzle on your table over here, and the whole left or right side or whatever is missing. I said, I'm not complete. So now I'm on some different shit. Now it ain't Puffy and Wyclef and all that nonsense, whatever. And now I'm going deeper.
Is Mace the other Mace, not the first Mace? Is he still mad at Puffy?
That gentleman is from Harlem, and yes, he is a bit perturbed with Mr. Diddy Love.
Still, right?
So still, right now, he's eating his breakfast right now. Going, you know, he's getting mad.
He's not eating Puffy Pops.
He's eating corn pops. Say, Puffy, you bastard. No, but and then I started losing the Pitbull and the Lady Gaga. And the Goulet, whatever his name is, whatever, imitating
Michael
Frank
Bublé.
Sinatra. Right, imitating Frank Sinatra. I'd rather just play Frank Sinatra. Sorry. So, and then I started losing it. And every year I'm like, I'm doing this for money. This ain't it. I don't want to do this no more. I can't do this. Then I realized my cell phone's going to turn off. I got to go do a communion. My car insurance is due. I got to go do a 90th birthday party. You know, I needed to renovate my living room. A new floor's $4,000. I had to go do a wedding. And that shit ate at me. So shout out to everybody out there who goes to that job or that situation that you hate. Internally, you hate it. But you still do it because you know it's going to better yourself and the people around you. God bless you. But do not stop the vision. The vision,
Side hustle.
the vision has to be so bright in your head that while you're sleeping, it's keeping your eyes open.
No, the truth of the matter, today, people have options, right?
Yeah.
Your grandfather, the only way he made more money is he got another job.
That was it.
Right? He didn't have the ability to come home and have a supercomputer in his pocket.
Right.
That he can now have a side hustle of anything he wants to do. Right? You can go on the internet today, whether you're 85 or you're 8.5 years old.
That's it.
You can create something that can generate an income. And if you stick to your point, if you can stick to that, right? I tell everybody, I don't want to hear about your 9 to 5. Right? I want to hear about your 6 to 10.
Right.
What are you doing 6 to 10? Are you scrolling on
Or
your
5
phone?
to 9.
Well, you got to eat.
Yeah.
Always give somebody an hour to go home, get settled, kiss the kids,
Yeah.
whatever, put them to bed.
It's a ton of willpower. You
It
know,
really
you guys hustle. I admire it. I said to him yesterday, so what time do you get to the office generally? It's about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. And this guy don't walk in the door. I heard him say he ain't getting home till 7. So you know the guy's running around for 13, 14 hours a day. Like, do you really have time to do what you love? Do you really have time to...
I have two ways of looking at it, right? Success comes before work only in the dictionary.
Right.
That's first of all.
That's correct.
But second of all, more importantly, everyone has an hour of their day. Any single person that comes to me, I can shave off 10 minutes of your day 6 times. Absolutely.
All day.
course,
So when
yeah.
people tell me they don't have time,
No,
I don't
time
have an extra
management's
hour.
huge.
You do have an extra hour. It's called
Yeah.
priorities. It's
Yes.
called what are you doing with that extra hour? You know, how many times did you check Facebook? You give me your
Yeah.
phone today, I can tell you how much you want on social media.
The phone will tell you how much
Absolutely
time
right.
you're
So I
wasting.
say, give me your
Yeah.
phone. I'll tell you how much of a time waster you actually are.
The thing is to finish up with both of you guys with that, you know, doing what I do now. Let's go right to the current mark. What's happening right this second?
Kanye whacking, wilding out, wearing White Matters Live shirts. Is that what you're talking about?
I wasn't gonna say that, but I want you to know that he donated every one of those shirts that he had printed to the homeless.
Okay.
In LA. So everybody has a White Lives Matter shirt that's on the curb out there.
That
So
must be really funny to watch LA running around with white
just
Matter
yeah.
shirts on.
No,
Hey,
but
listen, it's all part of a plan. This guy, listen, he
Master
really
plan.
is a genius. I don't care how people are gonna say you're crazy when you live outside the norm. That's it. That guy's a lunatic.
That's why you got to take him and you got to
Yeah.
put him in the metaverse.
Yes, yeah, just
Right.
him alone in
You
his
want to
own.
go
By
see
himself.
Him, you go
Yeah.
see him.
Yeah,
Whoever else wants
make
to
a
go out
digital
there.
copy of
Right.
yourself for you to go visit Kanye.
right. He said it. He said I could go to Hawaii right now with all my music and no one would ever have to hear from me again. But he believes that God is calling him for a higher purpose. So all this is going on, Jesus sent this to us.
Yes.
So right.
Thank you, Jesus.
Right. Makes you not want to be Catholic some days when you hear stuff like that.
That's
No,
horrible.
but Kanye to some is a genius and to some
He really
he's
is.
not.
I just think pressure, of what this world puts on people. His first couple albums, you can't recite almost word for word what this guy bright
listen,
lights.
the guy,
There's
genius is a weird word, right?
Dropout, then you had college grad.
He's definitely, there's a fine line between a psychopath and a genius, right?
Sure.
So I think he straddles that line perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that where his genius is he knows how to push people's buttons.
Yeah.
In the world of social media today, he's able to say something and reach 10 million people inside of a nanosecond.
And in 2022, that creates money.
Absolutely,
Yes.
it does. In 1977, guess what? I don't even know, 77. Let's say 85. LL Cool J
That was a good year.
couldn't go out and say, as good as, I'm Bad was,
No.
he couldn't go out and press a button and send his message.
No, you had one outlet, MTV.
Right, absolutely. Back
So-
then it was, or you had
The radio stations that did it.
DJs that we talked about,
Oh.
Bobito, Stretch Armstrong,
So-
back in the day, guys.
I'm going to rewind because now I know what I was going to say, and it goes to your point of continuing to do what you do. So, back to Anthony, I think he invented podcasts. I'm not sure, but I know we were doing them, and not me. I was just an onlooker at that point. But he was doing this setup on the internet when the internet was, a dial-up, and
2009,
nobody was
2010.
doing it.
2009, 2010.
And I know you have content from back then that you don't want to put out
I got
there.
a ton of content.
And we don't want to speak about it. But prior to
Bro,
anybody...
you don't come on the show and say that you have something that you don't want to say.
Oh, bro.
You don't say that.
I'm telling you, this kid's got things
All right,
on...
so you just don't say it then. Now
but-
our listeners are all going to
but-
be... I'm going to get 1,000 emails
You
today
have-
and we want to know what the
You
content
have
looks
so many people dropping, even us, dropping podcasts today in 2022. This kid was doing it 12, 13 years ago when nobody knew what a podcast was. He was there was
Trendsetter.
What was that
Live from Brooklyn TV,
live
baby.
from Brooklyn TV? But what was that service when people called up and then you had 30 people, like a party line? And then remember the internet, like chat rooms. You were controlling chat rooms and DJing
We used
all
to
around
call
the
the party
world.
lines in the late 90s. I used to love those things. The
And
Raven, I
and
think
where
it was
did you-
called or
Where'd you
something.
do those from?
What?
Of course I know. I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, right from live from Brooklyn.
Yeah, live from Brooklyn, yeah.
Right from Brooklyn, we were
The
doing.
Raven. We used to call up and hear all kinds of lunatics. Girls like the ones that look like the ones on World Star now were on the phone. Like, yeah, what's up, baby? You want to come hang out? I'm like, no, I do not. Yeah, no, that was a good time.
Right, we had this set up, but it was in your attic.
Yeah.
At that point, before you
Well,
even built the studio in your garage.
In Brooklyn, we had this small. It was probably half the size of the space that the studio we're in today. And I turned it into whatever I could do. I threw a backdrop behind me, and I made it look like what I could, make it look like. And then I spent every dollar I had into building a green screen studio in the back of my house. And that studio always had the cameras running, and tons of people came through. None of the footage was really edited, so I just have raw footage just sitting there chilling. And some of it is on YouTube, on Live from Brooklyn TV, LFB TV, Louis, Frankie, Bobby TV on YouTube. So you can check out some of the interviews that we did, but as far as what Tom says, no. That's only like an eighth of the stuff that was recorded.
Content
And-
galore. We were doing so many things like game shows and interviews and before
Sports show, comedy show, hip hop show, interview show. Like I did 5-6 different shows. This was
before
back in-
anything, before any of
This
this
is before
was even.
Drink Champs and all that stuff. I had all the legends of hip hop in my studio in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
you were talking really fast, but did I hear that you had New Edition in here?
Yes, Bobby, and they were all sniffing.
Ricky, Bobby, Ronnie, and Mike.
Having a good time in the back of the studio. No, but yeah, I had Boys to Men. I had the Fushnickens. I had
Ronnie, Bobby,
I
Ricky,
didn't
and
have
Mike?
them. I didn't have them. I just blatantly lied about the Fushnickens. I just want to say Fushnickens on the air. And Boys to
It's
Men.
fun to say.
Boys to Men, I still sing in the shower, so it's very current to me in my heart. But no, they never showed up. They
They were invited.
They were invited, but they never called me back
They were invited.
for my interview from Live from Brooklyn TV.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
We're still waiting on that call.
Yo,
back,
but
by the way, guys.
that's one of the little bricks that make the foundation that I stand on
Yes,
today.
yes.
You know what I mean? Anybody out there who has ideas, you must attempt them. You cannot just dream them. You must attempt them, even if you fuck up.
You miss
Or
you miss 100% of the shots
you don't take.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if you don't try to build a studio and you don't try to have a special guest come and you don't try to interview him, you ain't got no interview.
Yes.
And the out of all the stuff, like I said, the little percentage of footage that went up, I have a Sean Price interview on there that has over 50,000 views on it, which I'm very proud of. And yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, I took the monetary shit off. Like, I didn't want to get a penny
well, he
from it.
became a dear friend of you.
Yeah, yeah. So
you guys were hanging tough every day.
That's like another what do you call it? Like a medal or like
Sure.
in the list of things that has gone on in the last 12 years.
Just a box that you check throughout your life of goals that you're looking to accomplish.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Really, some dope shit has happened in the last 10 years. Going on tour with Wu-Tang, being a guest. I'm not going to say I was with Wu-Tang. I was a guest of Wu-Tang, Capadonna's brother. I was with him. We went to Colorado, which I can't go to anymore because apparently I'm too fat and I can't breathe there. I almost died. Wu-Tang,
elevation
smoking
got
blunts with Dave Chappelle in Hollywood, meeting Snoop Dogg.
Was he naked when you were smoking blunts?
No, he was fully clothed.
Thank God.
He had a whole suit on. He wasn't naked. No one was naked. It wasn't that type of party. I mean,
I heard he likes to smoke and run naked.
Yes.
Dave
no.
Chappelle does that?
Yeah, now and then.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's
too.
been known to do it.
Sometimes, if that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
If that's what you like to do.
If that floats your
If
boat,
that floats your boat.
that's it.
Yeah, man. So it's been so many cool things. But yeah, at the end of the day, do what you love, be happy.
Right.
Be happy. That's it. Be happy. Don't worry.
And most importantly,
fine.
Be happy.
I think for the younger generation out there today that gets caught up in social media, that's the problem, right? They worry too much about what everybody else is saying. They worry about the negative content. They worry about, I didn't get enough likes.
Scott, you got girls out here having babies just to have pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, crazy.
You understand?
And that's another thing. Another pet peeve. You want to talk? We should have a show just on pet peeves. Ladies, gentlemen, I don't know who came up with this bizarre idea.
Clean your feet. No. Go ahead.
Social media is for eyeballs, right? That's what it is. They're voyeurs. You're either the product or you're making money on the product.
Sure.
That's which one do you want to be? So lately, above and beyond the nonsense of shooting cannons off and cutting watermelons open with alligators or sending drunk girls money that you don't know, now I'm losing my train of thought.
It's early.
I know, it is fucking early, right?
Where's the scotch?
Just
get it going.
No,
damn
get back
it.
to the internet.
We got work after
Do me a
this.
favor. Don't have a baby that you love and you want to put on the internet, but you want to put a stop sign in front of their face so no one sees their face. Like, I see more and more of these people that post their brand new baby on the internet, but they blur out the face.
Or they put an
Like
emoji on it.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, don't put your kid on. If you don't want to look at them, don't put them
Well,
on the
you know what
internet.
it is? They look good in the photo, but they don't want you to see the other one.
I don't want people looking at my kid. Why the fuck you have him on the internet for? It's just nuts, man. The internet has made people gone crazy. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Fame has hit people, and I always said that, God forbid, Instagram goes down, you'll have a mass suicide of girls for age 14 to 21 all over America because they're no longer are they models.
But they also said something about Instagram where if they charged $1 for the app, it would be half of what
they would lose 70% of their,
or at least half of their subscribers.
Yeah, they said that about Facebook years ago.
Yeah.
I'm starting to tend to believe no. Right? If they came up with a price point that people could absorb or digest, I think they would do it. And I'll tell you why. It all started, I'm a little older than you guys, it all started with AOL. AOL was the first subscription-based membership.
Do you remember Italian hotties?
Oh, yeah.
In the chat room?
All the rooms.
That you ever
all
had.
the chat rooms.
That started the world on subscription-based. Everything today, even down to software you buy for your computer. You no longer can buy, Microsoft Word. You can, but you're going to pay an astronomical number, $800 for it. But they'll charge you $8 a month to have the service. Because they know that at $8 a month, you're
You're
going
gonna
to
pay it
run
forever.
and run and run.
Yeah.
And you'll see more and more and more things in our society will turn towards that.
Oh, everything
They
is
don't-
subscription
because people-
based.
It's almost like a down payment on a house, right? I can make the monthly payment because I have money every month coming in. I can't save $200,000 because I don't have enough money every month to put to the side.
Yeah, because you're paying everything else.
And it's going to take me forever. It's the same concept. When
Yeah.
you go buy a computer, do I want to pay $575 for this Office?
No, it's the same thing why
360?
leases came out.
Or do I want to pay $19 a year for, you know, whatever? And I think that's where will change if they do. The reason why I don't think that they do it is because their revenue comes from marketing. Their revenue
course.
comes from advertising. So they're getting enough advertising dollars.
Where they don't need to charge.
And that's why I said to you earlier, and someone said this to me about 4 or 5 years ago, and I didn't understand it, and then it took me a couple seconds, and they explained it to me. If you're not using the product,
Products using you.
you are the product,
Yeah.
right? On Facebook, if you're not utilizing, just use them for instance, if you're not utilizing them for some sort of a benefit to you, you going on there looking at everyone else's shit, that's the product. That's what they need. They need eyeballs on things. So I think to that point, people would pay a subscription fee now because I think it's so engulfed in everybody's lifestyles that they would be like, what if the internet tomorrow turned around and said, you know, Google, I'm going to charge you, you know, $25 a year to have a Gmail account.
What if it all ended? Is the question. What if it just stopped?
Mass suicide.
No, nothing's ending. Nothing's ending.
No, it's all, nothing's going to end. But I'm
so
just saying.
you're 100% sure that this internet thing isn't a fad?
Listen,
For the past 30, 40 years.
Are you sure?
like what are you, specifically like an email, like a service, like a Gmail. Could you imagine if a Gmail went down? Everybody's stuff that's in there, all personal files and things that they rely on every day. You had to send me an appointment file yesterday. How will you send it to me? Through that G thing with the, what'd you call it?
Group me?
No.
What'd you call it? Mail.
No, it wasn't mail. I know mail. I get it. I receive it on the phone and in real life. He had a chart that we have to fill out.
It's like an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, a spreadsheet.
But I sent it through
PDF. Or
Yeah,
something.
no,
It's not a PDF.
No, but I sent it through Google Docs.
Right.
Okay.
So we need the docs. We
You
need the docs
doc-
to
you need
put
the
the
docs.
information in the docs.
You need the docs.
So you know what that tells you? Put all your kids' money in Google.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Put all your, everybody's money. in.
Disclaimer, do not trust Scott just yet on that. Do not do anything.
This is
I am
not
not a part of this. I am just a guest today. If you ruin your life, it's Scott's fault, not mine. Thank you.
This is not financial advice.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Disclaimer. There
State
you go.
that again.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, you don't want financial advice from anybody in this room.
Right, not right now.
Because if it was up to me, I'd buy Bitcoin.
Right. Oh boy.
Speaking of Bitcoin, that your boys were saying about a robbery that happened. They took everything out of this guy's house, but he had a couple million on the ledger, and they didn't touch it.
No. I think there's a couple stories out there, right? We talked about a gentleman that transferred, and this is where I think people have to open up their eyes and realize that there is certainly use cases for this. Whether it's a currency or not, I don't.
What's big now is it's not worth what it is.
Right,
but listen to what you can do.
This guy interrupts me
Listen
every
what he
5
could do.
minutes. I can't get a word in with this guy. So basically, somebody transferred 6,625 Bitcoin, which was equated out to $144 million. Early Tuesday morning, they transferred it from, I forget what country, let's call it Switzerland for lack of a better word, to Italy. Guess how much it cost that person to send $133 million? Now, I know you guys know the answer, so make believe yous don't.
So I'm going to guess, because I've done wire transfers before, probably around, $50, $60, depending
well, let
on...
me ask you a question.
Oh, well,
if
millions.
If you sent me 1,000 right now, what would it cost?
$35.
Right, it cost them 7 cents.
To transfer how much?
Basically, in dollars, $133 million.
$133 million, 7 cents.
So, that's the use case. You'll find people transferring large sums of wealth for no money, because the biggest problem with the banking system is today is that mediary, right? The in-between guy that just takes and takes
That
and takes.
fee.
And this is direct to consumer. This is more of what's changing the world, why the internet is where it is today. But to your point, I read yesterday, are you familiar with Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast.
Okay,
Hey.
Another nickname?
You know her? She told you about me. How do you know that? That's only one.
So you don't want to bring it up?
I wonder if my wife watches podcasts. I'm in trouble.
Mr. Beast is, and I only know him because of my children. He's one of these YouTube superstars that has 14 million, and don't quote me, could have 100 million. Who knows viewers? But he's like the #1 guy, or maybe 2 now because somebody else clipped him. But he's been up there for years. He's top dog. Somebody stole his laptop. In his laptop, he had his seed phrase. And for those of you that don't know what a seed phrase is, it's like your bank account number, but it's this random number of letters, probably somewhere around 50 characters. Very, very difficult to figure out.
Yeah, isn't it like 14 different words or something, or 20 different words?
Well, that's the seed. Yes, correct. I'm talking about the address. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, the seed phrase is like 12 or 24 different random words that you must put in a certain order to open this up.
To unlock the shit.
Right, yeah, and if you don't have this, if you have one of these and you lose it, you're not getting in.
Lose your seed phrase, lose your money.
Yeah.
So apparently they stole the computer, but they couldn't get the seed phrase out of the computer, so they weren't able to get his They took like random bullshit in the house and then left $2 million sitting there. Yeah. Crazy.
Instead of rob, what they were going for, they couldn't get what they were going for. That's how safe it is, though. And
I would, someone like you have cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel like keeping it on an open market is safe?
I guess it is. I mean, to have it on Ledger or...
That's not an open market. That was my point. So an open market would be having it on, any kind of open platform that people can
where you're
can
trading
hack
it,
into,
where
right? Which is on the computer, which is on the internet, which is
open market is what? Let's say Robinhood.
Well, yes, something to that, an exchange, right? It could be Coinbase.
Oh, Coinbase.
Yeah, it could be any of these Genesis, any of these different companies. But that's basically floating out there in the internet space that somebody can attach to and hack. I read something yesterday that over 130 or some ridiculous billions of dollars, 130 billion has been stolen so far since Bitcoin is started, right? So obviously it's definitely something that scares people. Me personally, I keep everything on my Ledger. Ledger is an offline bank, cold storage, it's what it's called, opposed to hot storage. So I think that anybody...
We have a podcast on that. Look back.
Yeah, anybody that has anything has any crypto or any knowledge of it or wants
I'm learning a new thing already. I did not know that.
Yeah,
cold.
Look up Ledger. Ledger is the place that you want to keep your money.
I'm thinking antipasta in my head. I'm in the wrong area with this conversation.
And if Ledger is listening to and they want to throw us a couple of bucks,
exactly.
We're cool with that too.
I'll take a coin.
All right.
Well, you throw us a couple of Bitcoins if you want. But yes, that's anybody that knows.
Let's say Ledger a couple more times. Let them pick that up on their Google search.
Yeah. You guys are smart, man. I'm enjoying this informative session here today.
I appreciate that.
Until the scotch gets broken out.
I'm waiting on the scotch. Woo!
It's right over your head. Grab the bottle.
Oh my God!
No. Do not drink that one.
I'm going to be at our local shop right in a little while trying to convince old women to use me as their real estate agent.
That's not a bad idea.
That's what I'm going to be doing without the scotch. I'm going to be busy today in Staten Island.
I got a feeling with your personality that you're not going to have to convince too many people.
He's a towering figure. I hope they don't think they're being
accosted.
Yeah, manhandled.
I met Scott, and he's teaching me to be a better diet guy. I'm not eating.
Oh, he's a big diet freak.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Scott. Scott, how's your diet coming along?
You've always when you're on
morning routine.
When you're on your diet, you're good.
I need to get a little exercise in the mix, but I'm with Scott. I'm going to try to keep the meal factors real. I got to stop eating.
I'm excited.
He used the word towering figure, by the way, Scott.
I'm excited to see where you go with it. I'm excited to see where your real estate career goes. Obviously, I'm super hyped about seeing where your DJing goes, because that's something that's a little out of my norm. So
it's going.
I'd love to see that. But we really appreciate you being here.
Oh yeah, it was a great show.
Thank you guys.
And very informative, different. So yes, thank you very much for being here.
Follow me if you'd like to. If you don't, that's fine as well.
Where do they find you?
DJ Anthony Mace, DJ ANTHONYMACE at Instagram. So you could see all of my current adventures. I didn't get to say before, just say it now. Shout out to the whole crew, the Walkers. Big shout out to Rome Streets, Kiss the Ring Tour. kicking off Saturday night. This is what I do. I'm a big part of making people happy, but now it's time to make me happy. We're doing 24/7. It's underground hip hop. This is where I'm at with it. We have a lot of fantastic things going on, and I'm super proud of it, super happy. And again, if you'd like to check me out, follow me. And shout out to the Too Many Topics, to everybody. Shout out to everybody out there.
Fam, I get
Family,
that. Thank
yes.
you, brother. Big up to that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just real fast, because you said it fast. Want to make sure that everybody gets that. That's at
DJ Anthony Mace. One big word. No separations, no underscores, no funny things.
And the
DJ Anthony Mace, M-A-C-E.
The good thing is you're on Staten Island, so everybody knows how to spell Anthony.
Shout out to Staten Island.
All right.
Home of the Anthonys.
Home of the Anthonys.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Check us out anywhere where you listen to your podcasts, and definitely check out our socials and YouTube channel for up-to-date stuff of what's going on. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Too Many Topics Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. While you're there, leave us a rating and review. That helps spread the word about the show. Want more? Check out www.toomanytopics.com.